A very important question that I feel that I need to ask to know what all of you think. It's something that's been bugging me for a long time, for at least 20 years, at least. Possibly more than that, I don't know. When it comes to the nice guy losing the girl to an asshole who managed to steal her away from him, all because he had charisma. He treats her like shit. He gets her pregnant because she thought that he was the one, only to find out that he wasn't. And now she realizes what she did wrong. And she finally falls in love with the nice guy. But things aren't so good right now. Hello, everyone. Once again, this is Dare to Speak. I don't know how to really explain this because I never really been in a situation like this. I kind of I kind of can relate to it in a sense, but not completely like this. There's been someone that I liked a lot, and she ended up being with somebody that I feel she didn't deserve to be with. But that was a long time ago. I don't really care about that. But there's been worse situations where I'm kind of wondering what all of you think. There's imagine a situation which I explained before. There was this nice guy, very cool, the coolest guy you could ever meet. He meets up with a beautiful girl that he falls in love with. He just goes crazy for her. He actually talks to her. She actually likes him, but she doesn't necessarily like him to that same level. So he has to work on it. He lacks real serious charisma, but he works on it. Some other guy comes along who has a great deal of charisma. He takes notice of her, and then he tries to basically try to seduce her, or just to get with her, to score points. And then he also takes notice of the nice guy who's trying to gain points as well, and to add insult to injury, he steals her away from him. And as he does it, he goes as far as to torture him by getting her to like him so much. She smiles and talks to him a lot, as a way of torturing him at the same time. So he accomplishes it. He actually managed to I don't know if seduce would be the word for it. He seduces her. I don't know about if I'm using the right word for it. But he manages to actually get her to like him. And then she says to the other guy, to the nice guy, "I don't like you that way. You're nice and everything, but I really like him." And the nice guy is trying his best to convince her that he's an asshole. Don't go with this guy, please. But she's too hard-headed to whatever. And let's just say that all of these people were in their early 20s or mid 20s, around there, early to mid 20s, like college age kind of thing. She goes with him anyways. They're together for about 4, 5 years. He gets her pregnant. They have a kid together. And during those 5 years, the first year or so turned out to be great, but then he started to cheat on her, disrespect her, and just being any typical bad boy bully. He treats her like crap, doesn't appreciate her and stuff like that. And all this time that she's with him, the good guy is just suffering more and more as she's losing this girl that he's desperately in love with to this asshole bad boy who doesn't respect her. And now they break up. She still has a kid with him. She's whatever. After a while, somehow she manages to have an epiphany, and she starts to notice how great the nice guy was that she should have been with. They somehow interact. She sees the hurt that he went through. And let's just say that she manages to actually like him again. And they got together somewhat. She starts to like him even more, and let's just say that she finally falls in love with him because she realizes how good of a guy he is. But the good guy is having serious issues about accepting her because of what she did. Because she not only rejected him, but she got angry with him and made him feel inferior by making him feel small. And they just said that the bad boy asshole even went as far as to beat the crap out of him. So the good guy got his ass kicked, and she showed very little remorse. And let's just say she even apologized for all the stuff, all the bad things that he went through. But he couldn't let it go. He couldn't forgive her for what she did. He couldn't forgive her for even being with that guy. And most of all, he couldn't forgive her for having a kid with him. Let's just say he wants nothing to do with the kid. Now, it's not, I don't know if it's not necessarily anybody's fault. Or I guess for her, I think, in my opinion, I think it's her fault. Because she never should have been with that guy to begin with. But now they have a kid, like about a year old, 2 years or whatever. But he wants nothing to do with the kid. And he doesn't want to necessarily take her back, or to be with her. I mean, he doesn't want to necessarily be with her because of what she did. He cannot let it go. He simply cannot let it go. He is so fucking angry and hurt. And let's just say that she actually tries her best to get him to accept her, because now she's madly in love with the nice guy. What would be the right thing to do? This never happened to me, obviously. I mean, this never happened to me. And I don't know of anybody who went through something like this, but I have seen in certain movies, certain short films, like for like in Lifetime, or, one of those type of things that I saw on cable. Something similar to this type of story. Now he could forget about it and just realize that she made an awful mistake, and accept the little boy or the little girl, whatever she had a kid with, whatever gender it was, and just be with her and just forgive and forget. He could have done that too. But what if he says, fuck you, you ruined my life. I was so crazy about you. I don't want, and now I'm disgusted with the fact that you had a kid with him. Is he an asshole now for even saying that? Remember all the pain that he went through. Just imagine, and the humiliation that he went through also. Does it make it wrong for him to say, the hell with you? To get extremely angry? Some people will say that's wrong. Other people might say, well, it makes sense. I can understand. And some people would say, fuck yeah. Kick that bitch to the curb. Look what she put you through, and that kind of thing. Everybody has their own opinion on what he should actually do, or if he did it like this, do they condone it or not? Everybody has their own point of view. Now, what is the most proper point of view to have in a situation like this? If the guy cannot let it go, if he was not only because of the fact that he was betrayed, humiliated, and deeply wounded emotionally and psychologically, and also physically, because the guy kicked his ass, and he didn't necessarily deserve that, because he was trying to warn her about how much of an asshole he was. What is your opinion on this? I'm glad I never went through something like that. But I just want to know what you actually feel about it. What is your best advice on a situation like this? If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Questions or comments, you know what to do. And this is Dare to Speak. And to all of you, take care.